Good evening. This is Capital News for Friday, August 28, 2026. I'm Ivor Wharton, and here are the stories we're tracking this evening. APNU calls on government to replace lost Linden toll revenue, and 2 Indonesian nationals killed, while 4 foreigners injured in Temari accident. We will return with the news.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2026 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Persons eligible for registration must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for their area of residence to apply. Persons who are already registered could apply for a name change if they have changed their names since they were registered. Applied for corrections if there is incorrect information on their national ID cards. Persons who are desirous of conducting any of the above transactions must provide the relevant supporting documents. Persons who are already registered must collect their new ID cards if they have not yet done so. This registration exercise will end on November 30, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Now you can do more, loan secure, save for a rainy day. Bills clear, cause every day is payday. Dream big plans, fresh cash in your hands, cause every Friday is super payday. Every day, every day, every day, every day is payday. Every Friday is super payday.
Thanks for staying with us on Capital News. APNU calls on government to replace lost Linden toll revenue. Here is that report. A Partnership for National Unity is calling on the People's Progressive Party government to replace revenue lost by the Linden municipality since tolls were removed from the Mackenzie-Wismar Bridge in August of 2025. The party says it backs a toll-free bridge, but insists Lindeners must not absorb the loss of revenue that once funded essential services in the town. Member of Parliament Sharma Solomon, reading APNU's prepared statement, said the financial damage is no longer speculative.
Before abolition of the toll, it contributed approximately $6 million per month, or more than $70 million per year to the council's budget. The council placed the loss at about $77 million annually since the toll has been removed. In August 2026, Mayor of Linden Dominic Blair reported that after rising operation costs, the annual gap is estimated at among $90 million to $100 million. As a consequence, there is pressure on waste management, environmental services, enforcement and security, and a reduced capacity to deploy sanitation workers throughout the municipality.
APNU says the Linden Town Council had warned government about the effect of withdrawing the toll without a replacement income measure in place, and that Vice President Barry Jagdew had publicly indicated government would meet with the council, but the toll was removed without that mechanism being put in place.
Yet the toll was abolished on schedule, and no equivalent dedicated compensatory mechanism has been set up. The general $50 million allocation announced for each municipality in 2026 cannot honestly be used as a Wismar Bridge toll replacement. It is to be given to every municipality.
The party is calling for an urgent meeting between central government and the Linden Mayor and Town Council with a public settlement timetable, and says the ruling party must replace the lost revenue now.
an immediate emergency relief calculated from 1st of August 2025 to cover the verified revenue loss since the abolition. A dedicated annual replacement subvention no lower than the independently verified pre-abolition revenue and adjusted for rising service costs until a sustainable municipal financial arrangement is agreed. Cooperation on updated property valuation and regularization and transfer of eligible housing areas to the municipal rating system, and lawful own service revenue that does not impose new hardship on ordinary Londoners.
Ministry of Education calls for national prayer ahead of new school term. The Ministry of Education is calling on religious leaders across Guyana to join a national call to prayer as the 2026-2027 academic year gets underway. In a memorandum issued on Thursday, Chief Education Officer Saddam Hussein invited leaders of religious organizations, head teachers, and regional education officers to include special prayers for students, teachers, and schools during worship services in the days leading up to August 31st. Education is not only a national priority but also a sacred trust, Hussein said. As our children return to the classroom and our teachers prepare to guide and inspire them, we firmly believe that spiritual support strengthens the foundation upon which learning, character, and national development are built. The ministry is asking congregations to pray for children to be protected, inspired, and empowered to learn, for teachers to be blessed with wisdom, patience, and renewed commitment, and for schools to remain safe, welcoming spaces where every student can thrive. Your leadership, guidance, and spiritual influence within our communities are deeply valued, Hussein said, thanking religious leaders for their continued partnership with the ministry. Schools across Guyana reopened for the new academic year on Monday, August 31st. More news after this break.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2026, and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Persons eligible for registration must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for their area of residence to apply. Persons who are already registered could apply for a name change if they have changed their names since they were registered. Applied for corrections if there is incorrect information on their national ID cards. Persons who are desirous of conducting any of the above transactions must provide the relevant supporting documents. Persons who are already registered must collect their new ID cards if they have not yet done so. This registration exercise will end on November 30, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Play 4 is the latest addition to our suite of exciting games with drawings twice daily, Monday through Saturday. Select your bet type, inline, mix, backup, peers, first three, or last three. Choose your 4 numbers or quick pick. Match the winning numbers according to the bet type you selected and win the prize shown on the payout chart at your agent site, on our website, or in the daily newspapers. Play 4 twice daily. Remember, a ticket a day could make you rich today.
Thanks for staying with us on Capital News. 2 Indonesian nationals killed, 4 foreigners injured in Temeri accident. 2 Indonesian nationals are among the latest road fatalities in Guyana, while 4 other foreign nationals were injured following a collision involving a lorry and 2 minibuses on the Temeri Public Road, East Bank, Demerara. Police say the accident occurred Friday at about 3:51 hours involving motor lorry GAJ 3074, minibus BAH 6588, and minibus BAF 1135. According to investigators, the lorry, driven by a 36-year-old resident of Canaan, was heading south along the eastern lane of the roadway, reportedly at a fast rate of speed, when the driver allegedly swerved southwest and collided with minibus BAH 6588, driven by a 48-year-old resident of Lusignan and traveling north in the western lane. The lorry then struck minibus BAF 1135, driven by a 55-year-old resident of Crane Housing Scheme, which was traveling behind the first minibus. All three vehicles were extensively damaged. Minibus BAF 1135 was carrying several occupants, including Indonesian nationals Edi Sukri and Akomang Putra, who died at the scene. 4 other foreign nationals aboard the minibus were injured. A Guyana Defense Force ambulance and emergency medical technicians responded. The 2 Indonesian nationals were pronounced dead at the scene, while the 4 injured passengers were taken to the Diamond Regional Hospital, where they remain under medical care. Police say checks for eyewitnesses and CCTV footage in the area turned up nothing. The scene was photographed and the vehicles examined by a licensing and certifying officer. The bodies of the deceased were taken to the Memorial Gardens Funeral Home, where postmortem examinations are to be conducted. Breathalyzer tests were conducted on all 3 drivers and showed no trace of alcohol. They remain in police custody assisting with the investigation. Ministry of Education signs TVET partnership with private sector. Technical students across the country are set to benefit from expanded work placements, specialized internships, and accredited aviation training, following 2 agreements signed by the Ministry of Education. The first pairs the Guyana Industrial Training Center with Farfan and Mendes, which will offer students work placements, safety gear, tools, and specialized training starting in the 2026-2027 school year. Students on placement will receive insurance coverage and a daily stipend, 5 days a week. Deputy Chief Education Officer for Technical Education, Dr. Ritesh Tularam, said private sector partnerships give trainees access to modern facilities, technologies, methodologies, and hands-on experiences that complement their institutional training. Farfan and Mendes Human Resource Manager Gillivan Cameron welcomed the collaboration, noting some former Technical Institute graduates have remained with the firm for as long as 20 years. The second agreement establishes a 12-month aircraft maintenance foundation program, leading to a Level 1 Caribbean vocational qualification. Training will run at the Art Williams and Harry Wendt Aeronautical Engineering School in Ogle and Essequibo Technical Institute satellite sites, with the Board of Industrial Training funding tools and equipment. The Ministry of Education continues to ensure that these kinds of partnerships and collaborations are realized, Dr. Tularam said. More news after this break.
Now you can do more, loan secure, save for a rainy day, bills clear, cause every day is payday. Dream big plans, fresh cash in your hands, cause every Friday is super payday. Every day, every day, every day, every day is payday. Every Friday is super payday.
Thanks for staying with us on Capital News. The Smiths Memorial Congregational Church will host a free legal outreach tomorrow, Saturday, aimed at helping members of the public better understand their legal rights and protect their assets and legacy. The outreach starts at 10 at the church located at 55 to 57 Breakdown. Experienced legal professions will provide guidance on a number of issues, including the making of wills, estates, and letters of administration, as well as property matters such as prescriptive title and deeds of gift and sale. The church is encouraging members of the public to take advantage of the opportunity to get legal information and guidance on matters that can affect them and their families. And in the region, regionally, the Caribbean Media Corporation CMC reports that the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency SEDEMA has launched the Caribbean Resilient Recovery Facility CRRF Recovery Experts roster, a regional pool of technical professionals designed to strengthen the capacity of participating states to manage and implement post-disaster recovery. The first orientation conducted on Wednesday welcomed 14 experts and forms part of the operationalization of the Caribbean Resilient Recovery Facility, a multi-stakeholder initiative spearheaded by SEDEMA and its development partners to bridge the gap between response and early recovery and accelerate post-disaster recovery. The Recovery Experts roster also seeks to provide search support to countries following disasters in areas of expertise including engineering, education, social work, psychology, business development, information technology, and healthcare. In his opening remarks, SEDEMA's Deputy Executive Director, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig, emphasized the importance of regional cooperation in strengthening recovery capacity. No single country in our region has all the resources needed to respond to and effectively recover from major disaster impacts, said Lieutenant Colonel Craig. He added that the roster will enable SEDEMA to match the right expertise to the specific recovery needs of affected countries, ensuring that recovery efforts are coordinated, inclusive, and responsive. The orientation was facilitated by SEDEMA's disaster recovery specialist and CRRF research intern, who familiarized the experts with CRRF operational framework, their roles and responsibilities, and SEDEMA's deployment protocols and standards for humanitarian support. SEDEMA's disaster recovery specialist described the first cohort as an important step in building the regional recovery facility and thanked the experts for their commitment to regional resilience. And that has brought us to the end of this edition of Capital News. On behalf of the news team, I'm Ivor Wharton, thanking you for staying with us, and do enjoy the rest of your evening.